hello to all my friends. So I want to do some videos as if you were in the kitchen cooking with me. Okay, now it's late. I bought these Italian dry salami at grocery outlet, and there's a method to the madness. Okay, these are good. Okay, so what I will do, because you know it's going to take me a couple of minutes to whoop up some food here, I will cut some salami. Ooh, my mouth is watering. You know, if you don't have a grocery outlet in your town, you've got to have one of those outlet stores somewhere. You have to find them. Yummy. So I will eat these while I'm doing a little cooking. I bought this cheese at Dollar Tree, and for like cheese and crackers, it is fine. You know, I'm going to eat this while I cook. I'm very hungry. You know, I was walking 2 hours a day, and I was thinking, wow, you know, it really ruined your life. Okay, you're older. You want a life? Well, that means you want to exercise. And then I got these crackers. You probably saw them in my video. And today is a free day, so that means I will eat as much salami, grocery outlet, and as much cheese as I want while I'm cooking. Okay, so I'm brewing some green tea ginger. This stuff is good. Okay, last night, you know, I looked up online. I'll just drink a little because it's still brewing. I looked up online and they said drink this tea with honey and lemon, but you know, I think I like sugar better. This is good. Okay, so I won't be starving while I'm going to be doing a little old-fashioned cooking. Okay, the first thing I want to make is I want to make some homemade jam. I bought these pairs of three cans for $1. Okay, so when I saw they were dirt cheap, I think I only bought about 3. I want to cover them with some water. And if you've been following me, you're probably saying to yourself, we have seen you do this too a million times. Yeah, but I have a lot of new followers who haven't. So, okay, I will add, this is about 1/8 cup sugar. And then if you want to, you can add nutmeg or cinnamon or both. And now I will just cook it down, mash it with a fork until it's like jam. It's easy to make. Okay, now I want to mention, okay, I had a half a package of the Dollar Tree sausage. You know, I had meatballs last night. And so I used my burger maker. Where is my burger maker? You can buy these for $1. And you just, that way you can get uniform size sausage patties. Here's the green tea I bought at Dollar Tree. It's good. Try this with some sugar. Okay, and so then, you know, I will put some crushed red pepper, black pepper, and salt on my sausage patties. Okay, so now I want to make some biscuits. Okay, you're going to start out with 1 cup. This is super easy to make. You know, what if you don't have any packages of biscuits? Then what? Oh, you're supposed to go without biscuits? No, that's not the way it works. I'm going to give you the recipe in a second. Okay, so I have 1 cup flour. And, where is it? Okay, now what I did is I use butter or margarine, but the recipe calls for, and I put it in the freezer. so that my my butter would be icy cold, because your biscuits are going to turn out better. And it's pretty much almost frozen. Not entirely, but it's really, really cold. Because if you know, I didn't explain this very well when I was making the cookies. But if you keep your butter really cold, it's going to turn out better. Okay, and then I need a little salt. This is half a batch. This is easy to make, so you don't have to be, making a ton, because you can just make some more next time. I think okay, so now this is the way I do it. You've seen me do it. If you have one of those pastry cutters, that would be real great too. Okay, so you want to just cut your butter into your flour. And this is going to taste good with my sausage patties. And I can either put ketchup on my sausage patties, but you've seen me make sausage sandwiches. Okay, say you don't want to make any biscuits, but you should really know how to make them in case you ever had to make them. Or in case you wanted to make some sausage and gravy and you didn't have a can of biscuits or any biscuit mix, but you had some Crisco. I'm looking for a good price on Crisco. My walking today was horribly disruptive. It's like, oh man, the last thing you want to do is walk. But you have to keep your heart healthy. You have to stay active. And you have to, try to maintain some half decent habits. They don't have to be entirely perfect, but I think one of the best things you could possibly do would be cook all your food from scratch as much as you can. Okay, so this part of the whole process takes the longest time. The rest of it's going to go fast. And you don't need any special equipment. If you have some pieces of butter in the refrigerator, that you need to use up, that's a good. Okay, now this recipe calls for 3/4 cups milk, so I'm making a 1/2 cup. So if any of you saw my awful refrigerator, you might have seen this. Okay, I want to drink it. Yeah, I could have kept it in my refrigerator a little bit neater, but that just wasn't meant to be. Okay, so now I'm just going to pour this on. And one of the best ways not to get your dough warm is try not to handle it too much and just stir it around to mix it up. These are going to be some good biscuits. You don't have to be, what are those things called, a master chef? You really don't. You just have to, What I do is I stir it around until it starts to coagulate like in a little ball. Whoops. And I try to keep my hands out of it so that I can keep my dough cold. Same thing with pies and scones and crumpets. And I will be making some scones and some crumpets pretty soon. Okay, I think it needs a little more milk. So I'm going to pour it in little by little. I want my dough a little bit wet because I want to pat my dough out. I don't want to roll it. I'm lazy. I don't want to roll it. I want to pat it. Okay, now see how it's starting to form a ball? And, you know, very little handling of the dough so my dough doesn't get warm. I don't want my dough warm. I want my dough cold. Okay, see how it's starting to form a ball? No, that's not precise. That isn't precise, but it's going to be okay. All right, let me get a little biscuit cutter of some sort. Okay, this will work. I should have prepared a little better, but it's supposed to be like you're in the kitchen with me. You know, it's dinner time. We need some food. Okay, I want to sprinkle one thing I don't want to do under any circumstances at night. You know, you get home, you're tired. One thing I do not want to do, make a mess. I do not want to make a mess. Oh, well, I guess I could roll it. Okay, I'll roll it. I wasn't planning on it, but... Okay, so let me roll this out. You can make them I like to make them a little bit thick. Oh no, I didn't add the baking soda. Salt, milk, shortening. I didn't add the baking powder. I cannot believe this. Okay, I'm gonna have to work the baking powder in. Don't do this. This is just what I'm doing. But it's better than nothing, you know? Well, it's like your own kitchen. Believe it or not, they will come out fine. But you do have to have some baking powder if you want them to turn out fine. I can already feel it starting to rise. Okay, so I want some pretty big biscuits. This is only a half batch. It just occurred to me, you know when you buy those biscuits in the store and you get 4 or 5? That's half batch. And then I will just make one biscuit. So the thing was, if you could feel my biscuit, it's very cold. Okay, so now and these will be fine for what I need, which is a sausage sandwich. I'm just going to spray buttery cooking spray a lot. I don't want my biscuits sticking. And then I will spray a little bit on top. I buy this stuff at Dollar Tree. Okay, so not a very big mess transpired. I used up the evaporated. I mix this up. 1 can evaporated milk, 1 can water. Okay, let me give you the recipe, and whatever you do, don't forget the baking powder or your biscuits are not going to come out. This is a great cookbook. I'll show you the front in a minute. 2 cups flour, 1 tablespoon baking powder, salt, shortening, and milk. And I want to mention one more thing, and then I'll be back. Okay, remember, oh no, the stockpile with the little bags of beans? Okay, this old-fashioned recipe is beans, water, onion, and 1 lump butter. Remember I said if you don't have any oil, you're going to have to try to get a sample of butter. And if you stockpile this, or you know what, you could use buttery shortening, Crisco. Okay, you guys, I'll be back.